All right, it's time for a little bit of fun. Wait for it, you'll like it. Okay, LCP Max. One-handed, right-handed, right-hand target, 10 shots. LCP Max EHG. Left-handed, 10 shots, left-hand target. Let's start with the EHG. You'll see where we're going with this in about 20 shots. Okay, that one does not drop free apparently. Okay, right-handed, 10 shots. Here we go. Moment you probably wished you would see and thought you never would. What moment? LCP Maxes akimbo. Here we go. Right-hand target with the LCP Max original. Left-hand target with the EHG. Just like back in the House of the Dead 2 Days at the Arcade. Here we go. I'm an action movie star. Wah! Today we're taking another look at the Ruger LCP Max with the Magpul Enhanced Handgun Grip and attempting to answer the questions. Should you buy the LCP Max EHG over the original LCP Max, and or if you already own an LCP Max, is it worth making a switch to the Enhanced Handgun Grip version? At the store where I got my EHG, the price difference between the original and the EHG is around $10, a difference that makes price not a factor. With price out the way, let's move on to some of the things that jumped out at me. I'm going to play a sound for you. No, it's not pull my finger. That hammer spring twang sound, besides hearing it on the dry fire, you feel that twang when firing the LCP Max. It's a hard sensation to describe. That hammer spring twang grinded the gears of some original LCP Max owners. I know a few who cited it as a reason they eventually moved away from the LCP Max. The LCP Max owners I let check out the EHG all commented on that twang and how the EHG is different. It being different on the EHG was appealing to those people and tempted them to maybe try the LCP Max again in EHG form. Another comment multiple people had upon seeing the EHG in person was how it looks better in person, and while slightly bigger than the original, they didn't think that extra size would affect concealment. Obviously, I can't speak for everyone. I haven't interviewed everyone, but at least for my choice of clothing, combined with all the food muscle, I don't find to be any difference in concealability. See if you can spot which pocket the EHG is in this footage. The EHG was in my front left pocket, while the original LCP Max was in my front right pocket. While the EHG is technically slightly larger and technically less concealable, concealability mostly comes down to the clothes you wear, your carry position, and your holster. I might be able to conceal one Desert Eagle in my Speedo when I go to the pool, but the moment I try and add my concealed carry one and those gold tiger stripes print more than Kinko's did back in the 90s. When I'm not at the pool and I'm wearing jeans or overalls, the original LCP Max and the EHG conceal the same in my pockets. One area where I've yet to see any noticeable improvement when moving from the original to the EHG is in the holes on paper results. With the grip of the EHG being slightly larger, to me it feels better in the hand. I'd say it's closer to the Goldilocks zone for me. It's easier to hold, the texture feels decent. You feel like you're going to shoot it better than the original right out the box. At least that's what I thought. But so far, at least I shoot it on par with the original at best. For all the subtle areas the grip felt improved to me, that hasn't translated yet to any positive change in performance. That doesn't mean the EHG shoots bad. The reliability has been 100%, and the accuracy is plenty good enough for self-defense purposes. It's all on the shooter. Before we get to the conclusion, let's spend a couple minutes covering the differences between the original LCP Max and the EHG. With the EHG variant of the LCP Max, the lines and curves of the LCP Max have been changed to give the EHG a styling similar to Ruger's popular RXM pistol. The serrations are different. The frame under the barrel has been changed slightly. Newer LCP Maxes, including the EHG variant, have different slide finish compared to the original. The original LCP Max had a black oxide finish. More than a few owners had rust problems. It was common for at least a few years to see regular reports of owners whose slides rusted under normal use conditions. I want to say in early 2025, it was probably even earlier, Ruger changed the finish to black nitride, which should hopefully be more durable. Currently, the EHG is only available as a thumb safety variant. The original LCP Max released around July 2021. There wasn't a thumb safety model available until July 2025. Let's enter the speculation zone for a moment. A Ruger or a Magpul executive likely got a nice bonus for tossing out the idea to only release a safety version initially as a way to encourage 5 years worth of previous buyers to buy a whole new pistol instead of just a whole new grip. I'd also speculate the finish change is one reason we saw a nice price drop on the LCP Maxes for a while when the Bodyguard 2 first released. We're now leaving the speculation zone. Both the original and the EHG have the same style sights. Both pistols use Ruger's secure action trigger. Those with no previous LCP Max experience who checked out my EHG commented on how they liked the trigger compared to whatever their compact carry pistol happened to be. It's now time we get to the questions we asked at the start. If I didn't own either, would I buy the EHG over the original LCP Max? I would. Even though so far I don't shoot it any better, I find the EHG version to be more comfortable in the hand. With the enhanced handgun grip, the LCP Max still isn't at the Bodyguard 2 levels of recoil, but I find the little extra size made it less taxing on my hands to shoot compared to the original. If I already owned the LCP Max, would I upgrade to the EHG version? That one, it's a little tricky. I'm going to assume you're like us and you have a limited special effects budget. We're not going to get into a zillion hypotheticals. Simply put, if I owned an LCP Max, I wouldn't buy the EHG. While I think it's a step in the right direction, I look at it similar to how I looked at the LCP family when the LCP2 was introduced. Sure, it was a little different than the original, but not different enough to get me to open my wallet, and I'd say the same is true here. Now you might be saying, hold on, you own an LCP Max, didn't you just buy an EHG? No, I used option C. I made a trade. I would trade my LCP Max for the EHG, or at least towards it. Again, I like the grip difference enough that I think it's enough of a positive change for me. But again, that's just how my wallet reacts to the question. What about you? Would you buy the EHG over the original, or trade your original towards the EHG? Or are you team original LCP Max all the way? Let us know in the comments. And that seems like the perfect spot to end today's video. If you enjoyed today's presentation, like it, share it with your friends and family, maybe drop a comment on there. Those things are free, and they really help the channel greatly. If you'd like to help us make more of these videos in the future, look into becoming a member. Fred and I really appreciate you getting this far. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a nice night.
Now I'm going to need all of you in the Bacon Nation to have a seat right over there.
Did I get it? Yeah.
10 yards.
I'm thankful for you. I appreciate everything you do. So stay safe, stay healthy, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you on the TV. And, take care of Fred and Corey when you can. You know what he likes.